song by Billy Joel, and we're not gonna quite play that one, but we will play a very simple song to perfect our piano skills to an extent. So we're actually going to start off with our ABCs, because it's easy as 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, we're not doing that song either. We're just doing the plain ABCs. And so to begin with, I have played piano for a huge portion of my life, starting with piano lessons in elementary school to all the way doing some things here and there during college. During my college, it was a rough spell since I was hardly around a piano, but I have refreshed my skills to an extent. Just by, writing the notes on sheet music or some of the techniques I am going to show y'all for beginners and especially for kids. Because as you see here in this picture, I've always been around this particular piano, so it's very dear to my heart. But now I don't have to just bang on it. I can actually play a song. And so, again, we're going to start with ABC. The tune that we're actually using is a very simplified version of what Mozart created after this French lullaby that was kind of the ABCs, but not exactly. But if you also notice, ABC has the same tunes as Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and Baa Baa Black Sheep. And so the sheet music that I actually do have for that has Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And so I actually got this off of Pinterest, so you can find sheet music for everything, everywhere. And I'm going to kind of summarize some of the stuff that's on here using my pen. And so you have these two little places that have lines. So the lines are telling you where it is on the piano. So these are going to be your higher notes, and these are going to be your lower notes. And so you got your treble and bass clef. That's kind of what that says, like the little fancy S and everything. And then the 4 here just tells you how many beats are in there. So these here kind of represent how long you're supposed to hold it. So like a single beat. Instead of just holding it down for a couple more beats, as you see with those down here. We are not going to worry about our lower hands here. We're only going to focus on our upper hand, or right hand for the higher notes. And so we're only focusing on the fancy S. And so here you have our first note. That note is the middle C. That's pretty much tells you where exactly you are on the piano since it's in the center. And so if you like, you can actually use your Sharpie and write C above or below where it's at. And you notice too on the C there's a little line, and that line is telling you where it would be if those lines kept going all the way down. Because the notes here are spaced by if they're on the line or they're between lines, as you see with A right here. And so you could go on like C, C, G, G, A, G, which I have already done on this second sheet of paper. I have completely written everything. And so now you're like, now you have it on the sheet music, but how are you going to know where it is exactly on the piano? And so that's where my technique comes in with our sticky note. You can also use paper and tape. And a lot of times the sticky notes, if you're going to use the same ones, kind of dry out. So you will always need the tape for extra measures. And the first thing we are going to do on this, we're going to write our alphabets for our ABC. And so you're going to begin writing on the sticky part here, going A through G. So A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And you kind of want to make it as wide as the white keys. Again, we're only focusing on the white keys. We're not focusing on the black keys. Those are sharps and flats. We're not using those today. And so after you have finished writing your stuff on your sticky notes, you will cut it up with scissors, which I have already done for us right here due to time reasons. And so you see, I'm going to start with C. As you can see, I'm starting with C. And we're going to use it in the very center here at our center C. And then we're going to keep going with D, E, F, and G. And you're probably wondering, what are we doing with the A and the B? And so we're kind of going to a pattern. So we're going to start with our A, and our A is going to go next to our G. And then we're going to end with B. And I know my camera angle is not exactly the best for this, but on the piano you'll notice where you have the C, and where B's at, you notice it looks the same for those 5 notes. Oh, 6 notes, sorry. And you have C and C right here, even though we don't have our note right there. And so if you notice, there's 2 whites without the black key in the middle. And so you always know that's where C is going to be anywhere on the piano. And you know D is going to be next to it, E, F, G. So as you progress, you'll kind of realize the pattern, kind of like a muscle memory thing. And so we're going to use our sheet music now and start with our C. So, and there you go. I was using C, C, G, G, A, A, G right there. And now we're going to press our finger on F, F, E, E, D, D, and C, which we're holding for 2 beats. And we're going to start back on our G, 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 F, F, E, E, D, G, G, F, F, E, E, D, C, C, G, G, A, A, G, F, F, E, E, D, D, C. And so now, along with the sheet music, and as you keep practicing, you may actually memorize that, and you can officially say that you know how to play Mozart. At least 3 songs from Mozart, with ABC, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and Ba Ba Black Sheep, and whatever the French song was originally for. And as you kind of have to, you always have to refreshen your skills. And again, I kind of had to start doing this practice, especially writing the notes on the sheet after college, as I'm kind of self-teaching myself now. Because you always have to start with your ABCs before you do read Shakespeare. So you have to learn your ABCs before you can even do symphonies and concerts. With my last concert being in like 2010. And so, eventually we could all play